Time for another vlog, another monthly vlog. This time about why I love parkrun. Filmed in my conservatory with the sounds of my neighbourhood in the background. I do hope it doesn't disturb you too much. Do you know anything about parkrun? Watching this? It started in the UK, in London, Bushy Park in London, October 2004. That's when it started. And I think I do parkrun in Huddersfield. That started, 2005, 2010. I'm not quite sure when. This isn't going to be a facts and figures video about parkrun. I will link to a few people who do YouTube channels dedicated to parkruns or dedicated to running, so you can find out more. And I'll put a link about parkrun. It's started in the UK, but I know there's a worldwide network of parkruns or parkrun equivalents. So it is an international thing. So a parkrun is, you won't believe it, you run around a park. You can also walk around the park. 5 kilometres. There's also a junior parkrun. That might be 3 kilometres. I'm not sure. Again, facts and figures, not my speciality. Facts and figures are not why I love parkrun. Why do you love parkrun, Steve? Well, I don't really like running that much. Although I am a natural runner, and when I was in my 20s, I was just very fit, athletic, as some 20-somethings are. And I did a few 10k runs. I was mainly a footballer, soccer player. But I did a 10k in 40 minutes one year, and then I did a 10k in 34 minutes, 20 seconds, which apparently is very fast. I did not know that. I ran with a colleague who was a runner. I tried to follow him. He did 33 minutes 20. I did 34 minutes 20. And then I just ran to stay fit for playing football, soccer. But I don't really like running. I did join Holmfirth Harriers when I moved back to Holmfirth, which is near Huddersfield, in 2005. Joined Holmfirth Harriers in 2005. Did some runs, did some races, got injured. Didn't run. When parkrun started in Huddersfield, again, I don't know when it started, I was a bit snooty about it. Sometimes drove past Greenhead Park in Huddersfield when we were all about to do the parkrun, 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning. And either they were starting or they just finished. And I was very snooty about it, and I don't know why. I go, look at them doing the parkrun. Silly buggers, blah, blah, blah. I don't know why I was snooty, but I was. What can you do? In September 2023, I was going to rejoin Holmfirth Harriers to run, and also for a bit of a social life, as it were, just to have social contact with people. And for some reason, I didn't really want to, and I don't know why. And I knew parkrun was going. I knew people that did parkrun. So instead of joining Holmfirth Harriers, I went along to a parkrun. Drove my car, parked a long way away because I didn't know where to park. Walked up to the parkrun and worked out what I had to do. There's a big mass of people. There's about 700 to 800 people at Huddersfield. Got in the queue, went fairly near the front, thinking, well, I'm at least going to do a 20-minute 5k here. Of course I am, because all my 10ks prior have always been 40 minutes. And despite the fact I haven't run properly for 10 years, I'm now 60. When I joined parkrun, I was probably 58. I'm easily going to do 20 minutes. Anyhow, off we go. So there's some blurb about parkruns and the route, and off we go. And I ran a little loop, then big loop, and then another big loop. I have done the Great North Run I think it's in Newcastle, where you're doing a run with lots and lots of people, which is amazing. People that have done the London Marathon, you just run with so many people. It's just fantastic. It reminded me of doing that. As I said, about 600 or 700 people, all varying speeds. Some people walk, some people do it in 15, 16, 17 minutes. Off we go. I ran it. It's bloody knackering. First time I'd run hard for a very long time. 22 minutes, 58 seconds, which was totally disappointing for me, but I was knackered and all sweaty, and it was very painful. But I did enjoy it, and it felt like it could be sociable. It felt like people knew each other. So I did it again the next week. I decided to run the first lap a little bit slower, and I did it in 23:05 without as much effort. So I was pleased. And 23 minutes, 22:58 is actually a pretty good time. The average time, I think, at Greenhead Park in Huddersfield is probably 28 minutes. Some people walk around, do it in an hour. Anyway, I've now done it 73 times, 74 times today. My personal best is 20 minutes 28. I'm aiming to do 20 minutes. That's my target. It's just a lot of fun. Why do I love Parkrun? It's a 5-kilometre run. You time it. You get a finish time. You have a little barcode that when you do the run, you have your barcode. You run through the finish line. They've got an app which shows when you've finished. Then you collect a finish token, and then you scan your barcode and the finish token, and it gives you a rough, fairly accurate position and time. And you just do it, and you run fast. You do a personal best. You run slow. You run 30 minutes. You run 40 minutes. You walk 45 minutes. You walk 55 minutes. You're never last. You are never last. There's people called park trail runners, I think they call them. No, trail walkers, I think they might be called. Again, not a facts and figures video about parkrun. Apologies. There's people that volunteer and they walk the parkrun and they make sure that they are the last. So the person that's the last, they go behind that person. So you never get abandoned. Most people have finished after 25, 30 minutes. So then you're kind of on your own a little bit. But there's always somebody behind you. I mentioned volunteering. There's people that volunteer to time. There's marshals on the route. There's people that tell you when you finish. They have an app and they just judge you in when you pass the finish line. There's people that dish out tokens. There's people that scan tokens. There's people that sort the tokens back into an order again. At the end, there's people that put the course together. There's people that check that the course is safe. There's people that take the course down. There's people that direct everything. There's probably 30, 40 volunteer roles every week. So you go there, you see familiar faces, you ask people how well they're doing, you chat to people, you make new friends, you do get regular exercise, whether you're running or you're walking. Everybody's part of it. The fastest or the slowest, we're all part of it. It's not a race. Some people run it fast. I'm trying to do 20 minutes, which is quite a good time, but it doesn't matter how fast you go. It matters that you're there. If you walk it, if you run it, that's what matters. We all turn up week after week after week after week. Christmas time, there's a couple of extra ones. There's one on Christmas Day, there's one on New Year's Day, depending on what day that lies, what day of the week it is. And then you stay fit, you stay healthy, you log all your times, and you volunteer. And I'm not great at volunteering. I'm not a person that's great at volunteering, much slightly to my shame. I'm not great at volunteering, but I have volunteered. There's 2 ways I've volunteered at Parkrun. I'm trying to sell Parkrun. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to sell it. I think if there's a parkrun near where you are, please go. Either go to walk, either go to run, or go to volunteer. It's just fantastic. And I'm not really a fan of this type of community or mental health, but there is a community there and it is good for your mental health. Back to the volunteering. I have volunteered, I've given out tokens, I've scanned, I've been on the Marshall funnel, or the funnel Marshall, or you have a finish line where you have to funnel everybody in. Because you've got sort of lots of people finishing at once. You've got to funnel them all in, and then they get a finish token. And it's all very ordered, but you need people to do it. I've also volunteered putting the markers on certain parts of the course, the flags, just to indicate where you go. So I'm intending to volunteer at least 5 times a year on a roll where I won't run that day. I also have been a pacer. I've done a 23-minute pacer and a 22-minute pacer. And the point of that is that you're saying that I'm going to finish in 23 minutes and I'm going to go at an even pace from the start to the finish. Today, I was a 22-minute pacer. But because I'd been injured in May, I wasn't sure I'd be able to do it, so I overcompensated and I set off too fast. So I finished in 21 minutes, 48 seconds, but I was not useful as a pacer because I was 30 seconds too fast after the first full lap. So anybody that wanted to do 20 minutes, I was too far ahead of them. So unfortunate, but it still counts as a volunteer role. So you get to run, you get to walk, you get to exercise regularly, you get to improve your speed, you get to maintain your speed. You just get to show up every week. You get to volunteer. You could even just watch and support. There is a real community there. There really is. As I said, I'm not a fan of community, but it really, really, really is there. All types of people, ages, shapes, sizes, ethnicities, genders. It's a big mix. Some people run with their dog, some people run with their child in a pram. Some of these people are fast. It's fantastic. It's the best new thing I've done in a long, long time. And right now, Saturday morning is probably the time that I most look forward to every week. Just pushing myself. I don't always run fast, but I'm aiming for 20 minutes. Pushing myself, or being a volunteer, or being a pacer. And usually, I'm good at being a pacer. I don't run too fast usually. And then this exercise, this community, this regular, this having little chats with people, because there's a cafe that you can go to before or after. All of that, it's great for mental health. Just bumping into people, talking to people, asking how they're getting on. Sometimes you're just asking about running, but if you know them a bit better, you ask about other things, It's just, again, it's not a big thing for me, community, but it really is there. And I really do appreciate that it is affecting everybody's mental health in a positive way. I really think it is. So I've got some little notes there. I think I've covered everything. Yeah. Volunteer, mental health, run, support, volunteer. I've already said that. Oh, run, walk, support. I have done a park run in Sheffield, Hillsborough Park. That's called being a parkrun tourist. Some people collect all the parkruns in England or in UK. Some people do that. I've done one parkrun in Hillsborough, and it wasn't that different to Huddersfield. It was a little bit hillier, but more round, so it was a faster course. But I got there, and they did everything the same. When you get there, and if you go as a first timer or a tourist, there's a little announcement 10 minutes before the run starts, the run or walk starts, called First Timers, and they just tell you about the route and the tokens and the finish line and that sort of thing. And they also ask you where you're from. And sometimes people are from Australia. And that's a long way away. Or it could be London, or it could be Lancashire. I was from Huddersfield and I did it in Sheffield. But I went to the Sheffield Parkrun, and it was just great. It was very, very familiar. You don't have to do it every week. You don't have to run. You don't have to walk. You could volunteer. Come along. Come along. Come along to your local parkrun if you've got one. Even if you're not that athletic, I think it's fabulous. I know it won't be for everybody, but I think it will be for a lot of people. I know that people don't like running. You can walk. I know some people don't like mornings on a weekend. I get it. It's not for everybody, but I think it could be for you. It could be for you. I didn't think it was for me, but it really is for me. I love it. I'm going to get my 20 minutes PB, hopefully. And then at some point, I'll run a bit less and I'll volunteer a bit more. And then when I'm really old and grey, I'll probably just volunteer and then just be part of it like that, giving back as volunteering. So that's me, why I love Parkrun. Thank you for watching. I managed to spin that out for quite a long time. Thank you for watching. I will do another Why I Love vlog next month. Until then, have a wonderful day.